Welcome to the market strategies aspect of the most profitable market program, which is a new service available from the McIlvaine Company. Make the most profitable market forecast the foundation of a business strategy. A large percentage of the investment in strategic planning analyses is spent on forecasting future profits and EBITA based on historical performance. Detailed investigation of market shares and the performance of competitor products is important, but previously prohibitively expensive or unavailable to do in great depth. Analysis of the drivers affecting regions and industries has been lacking for the same reasons. The MPM program provides these additional important components of the business strategy at a cost which can easily be justified. It's a new strategic tool to make better decisions based on investment and expenses. So management is making key decisions on expenses and capital investment based on forecasts. These forecasts are often extensions of the past. The CFT markets and the competitive landscape are continually changing. Future changes can be much more accurately predicted with a comprehensive approach. The most profitable market forecasts can be better predicted with a bottoms-up organized program. This program can be used to make better decisions regarding investments in acquisitions, products, or production facilities. The bottoms-up approach provides insights for geographic and industry-related decisions. The most profitable market is the market which delivers the greatest profits from the resources available. The total available market can be defined to include acquisitions, licenses, and partnerships. In the combust, flow, and treat industry, TAM is potentially $400 billion a year. The serviceable available market is much smaller, but with a company such as Danaher supplying instrumentation, chemicals, and filtration products, the SAM could be $50 billion per year. The serviceable obtainable market is the present market without new investment, where assets are in place to generate profits even if modest. The MPM is the portion of that present market where attractive margins can be obtained. The potential MPM takes into account both organic and inorganic investments. An accurate potential MPM is not possible without a bottoms-up forecast of the present MPM. This $400 billion market can be likened to an orchard where the supplier is looking for an easy gate to pick the fruit. You can pick the fruit or increase revenues by industry and then product, or by product and then industry. With the rapid growth of IIoT and remote O&M, there are opportunities to simultaneously pick multiple fruit with one effort. Therefore, working out a most profitable market strategy based on knowledge about the entire orchard is very valuable. This is true for your organic investments and even more important for acquisition decisions. Where are the high growth, most profitable markets? This is a difficult and continuing challenge to answer because the outlook can change quickly. Just within the last few months, Exxon and Chevron announced multi-billion-dollar shale extraction investments in the U.S. Ramifications of changes in one market affect the others. The expansion of oil and gas extraction to make the U.S. the dominant oil and gas supplier will have direct impact on oil and gas transport, gas processing, and refining. It will impact the construction of LNG, petrochemical, and plastics manufacturing. It will have an indirect impact on many U.S. industries which serve the oil and gas industry, and those industries for whom energy is a major cost. It will have a negative impact on investment in subsea, tar sands, and oil and gas, and even other industries in the rest of the world. Pictorially, you see the implications of oil and gas as it is used first to make feedstocks, then to make the basic chemicals such as the petrochemicals, chemical intermediates, the final products, and then the end uses for those final products. And for an industry such as electronics, this means an increase in clean room activity where you have lots of filters and combustion flow treat, or in power generation needed to service these growing industries where there's also lots of combustion flow and treat. And of course, pulp and paper and cement are needed for all these industries as they expand. And food processing and inorganic chemicals increase with lower energy costs. The MPM program brings together people in all the segments. So it brings together people in various divisions, selling various products or designing various products, and in various regions and disciplines. One of the challenges of the corporation is to facilitate collaboration among these groups. The MPM program does this in the following ways. Forecasts are supplied for individual purchasers who may have plants in multiple industries in multiple countries. MPM forecasts for an individual plant can be shared in projects pursued. This is a bottoms-up initiative with minimal supervisory expense. And I might add the R&D and engineering people are involved in all this in order to establishing the lowest total cost of ownership. So the R&D program should be shaped by the potential profitability of successful improvements. The MPM program analyzes the process, products, and cost of ownership of competitive products. This data is important as a starting point for R&D and engineering. The size of the potential market is one factor in making the R&D decisions. The process and competitor information can be then used in the follow-on programs. Continuing changes in the MPM can be used to tailor the ongoing engineering and R&D program, so they really shouldn't be static. Forecasts are built on facts such as production by country. For most CFT products, sales revenues of the CFT products are a function of the production of a plant or country. For the power industry, it can be capacity or hourly generation. For the chemical industry, the tons per year a product produces the basis. Future product production can be estimated from the project databases which McIlvaine maintains. So for instance, here's an example where we're forecasting ethylene production for every country of the world up through 2024. Ethylene production in a particular country, such as France, can also be anticipated, and for the individual plants. So here, for instance, as of 2017, is production of ethylene by supplier in France. The forecast can be made for each plant. The CFT MPM for each process can be predicted using these production forecasts. Here's an example of how all this is then transitioned into these MPM forecasts, and it can be as granular as getting down to the difference between a trunnion and a floating ball valve for isolation versus control. And what is the present market in petrochemicals? What are the high profit areas? What kind of market share can you get in those high profit areas? And therefore, what is your most profitable market? And this is then similar but more detailed exercise for each of the individual companies like Chevron or ExxonMobil or LyondellBasell. So I'd like to thank you for spending some time on the strategic aspect of this. And my name is Bob McIlvaine, and I would welcome any questions that you might have. And you can reach me at 847-226-2391. Thanks for spending the time today.